Hi, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is HUDA binti ZAINAL ABIDIN 1181573. So today, me and my other two friends will share our opinions, views, and try to evaluate this chosen infographic. So first of all, in general, in our opinion, this infographic is quite messy and crowded at the very first glance because there's too much text on it. And secondly, the usage of photos are just unattractive. It is just like copy certain photos and paste on it. It doesn't use graphical elements properly, such as images, typography, and even icons that can attract and grab people's attention. And since there's too much of text, the content becomes hard to understand, especially for a newbie in that topic due to lack of graphic, but it is still easy to read. Next, our views on the content. It does not provide any statistic, but it does provide perfectly reliable references, which is very good and really helpful for the researchers out there. And also gladly, it does not show too many errors because it is important and crucial to share any data or content accurately. Regarding the readability, yes, it is easy to read due to a very good choice of font and its size, which is important in conveying the information and any data or content. But even it is easy to read, it doesn't mean it is easy to remember. So in this case, if we refer to this infographic, people will find hard to remember the information given due to lack of visuals and graphical elements. According to studies, people tend to remember 10% of what they hear, 20% of what they read, and 80% of what they see and do. And that is one of the infographic goals, which is information they contain is easily digested by the reader.
Hi, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Aliah Sabrina binti Muhammad Sabri. My metric number is 1181597. Alright, I will continue this presentation. Okay, so I want to talk about the general view about the user interface design that include the use of colors, the use of text or font size, the arrangement of visuals, and how it displays the layout. Okay, so let's go through one by one. Okay, so firstly, I want to talk about the use of colors. Okay, so based on this infographic, I found that the combination of blue turquoise, light orange, and cream color are just nice combination, but the use of colors is quite unappealing and very gloomy. Okay, so as you can see here in this infographic, there is no element of attraction since the use of color is very light. Okay, next I want to talk about the use of text or font size. Okay, for me, in this infographic, the font and its size chosen is Readability. But there are too many tags that make it so boring and hard to read, especially for people like me. I'm a visual person, so I'm more interested in the use of little text because the visuals are more eye-catching. However, I'm satisfied with the use of font in this infographic. Because the use of only one type of font is very good, since it shows that this infographic is really neat. Okay, next, I want to talk about the arrangement of visuals. Okay, in my opinion, the arrangement of visual in this infographic is a bit bad because it makes people confused on which one they have to refer. What does this image refer to? Okay, next, most of the image used are okay, but some of them are unnecessarily chosen and incomprehensible. Okay, last but not least, how the layout displayed. Okay, So based on this infographic, the layout is displayed in classification, but the sequence is unorganized. It makes people confused where the beginning and where the end. Okay, so that's all from me. Thank you.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is HAYATUL binti Muhammad SHAFIE, metric number 1181576. Okay, without further ado, I will continue this presentation. First thing first, I will talk about the rating of this infographic that we chose. We have decided to give this infographic a 3/5 because we think that this infographic needs more improvement in order to make it more attractive. Overall, this infographic is quite interesting, but it needs some improvement on the design, arrangement, and the most important thing is the usage of the text to deliver the information effectively. Some of our suggestions are the choice of the colors. We have to choose wisely the combination of the colors to make it more attractive rather than having a solely pastel colors. The poster might look dull and it can't be an eye-catching poster as the main purpose of designing a poster is to make sure that the information can stand out. Okay, next is readability. When designing a poster, designer must use a suitable text or font. For example, this designer used a sans serif font, so it is easier for a reader to read the information. But, as you can see here, the text is too long, resulted in less visuals. Hence, the poster looks crowded with only text, where it can make readers to feel bored and less interested with it. Meanwhile, for the visuals and arrangement of the information on the poster, making sure that the visuals are on the right place and for the right use. If you can see here, the designer put the robot's leg in between of locked-in syndrome and neurofeedback and neurogaming. This can lead to misunderstanding of the information. Other than that, in order to make sure it is neat and more organized, designer can use timeline chart to indicate the sequence of years. For example, you can see that this designer just make an arrow as in mind map, which it is unorganized way to present the timeline. At first, he wrote 1875 and 1869, but the other he only wrote 70 and 80 to indicate the year. And last but not least, talking about layout, the information must be arranged accordingly. For example, layout that shows sequence to read such as arrows or numbering can avoid confusion to readers on which one should be read first. I think that's all from us on suggestions and comments that we made for this infographic. Thank you for listening.